without a surprise, probably the worst tank in the game is Thor. The changes that they made to him didn't actually help him at all, unfortunately. Thor is just in a really tricky position because he's one of the only tanks in the game that has purely selfish abilities, right? He has nothing for his team. He doesn't get too much overhealth. He can't be really a bullet sponge. He doesn't really have any shields. He just doesn't provide anything to the team as a whole. So if you're picking Thor, you're essentially picking a very tanky duelist. You're picking a very selfish Vanguard. And granted, like I said, you can pair him up with stuff like Magneto. You can potentially pair him up with double dive compositions, or if you see like Magneto and Strange, you can play him. But the fact of the matter is he gets absolutely torn up by flyers, gets absolutely torn up by the mid-range DPS that are prominent at the moment. Think Punisher, Winter Soldier, stuff like Squirrel Girl. I mean, I feel like Thor has been one of the biggest losers of Season 2.5, despite the changes that he got to his kit and to his hero. They just not enough. They need to give him either some sort of utility to allow him to be played more in a team cohesion effort, or they hyper index into the side of him being like a very selfish tank and just give him more tools to isolate and duel people and win those 1v1s. Because in those situations, Thor is very good. It's tough. I just think they might need to do a complete rework, or maybe a kit rework similar to what they did with Jeff, before anybody's seriously thinking about playing Thor. Because even if you could get his Thor force faster, you're not really getting too much value out of it. Like if I want a range tank, I'd rather play Emma. I'd rather play Magneto. If I want a melee tank, I'd rather play Hulk. I'd rather play Thing, Captain America. Both sides of the coin that Thor does. Yes, he has access to both forms, but the fact of the matter is that he does those forms kind of at a adequate level. He doesn't really do it really amazingly, right? He's a kind of a jack of all trades, but he's not better than Magneto at range. He's not better than Emma at range, and he's not better at melee than somebody like Hulk, like Venom, like Captain America, or Thing. His mobility isn't as good as Hulk. His mobility isn't good as Captain America or Venom. Like, it's really tough for me to justify ever in a spot, I want Thor right here versus all the other tanks in the game.